Today is April 2nd, 2021, and that means exactly 1 year ago on April 2nd, 2020, we had the official reveal of the 501st Battle Pack from LEGO on Twitter saying, "You asked for it, we built it," and the hype was immense. Everybody was excited. I was hyped out of my mind. Unless this is the most elaborate April Fool's Day prank that isn't even taking place on April Fool's, today is a day that will long be remembered. I'm speechless. I was looking this up earlier today, trying to find any morsel of information. I went back and forth in my head about a dozen times as to whether or not I should include this part in the video, but I honestly figured it was such a great contrast to show how excited I was about this product when it first got revealed. Like, I was literally like a 8-year-old on Christmas. Like, the Patriots just won the Super Bowl levels of excitement. Like, there just aren't that many moments in your life when you're this excited about a thing. This was one of those moments for me, quite obviously. What you just saw, and you may have seen it in the original video because it has nearly 300,000 views, was my genuine reaction to seeing the set for the first time. But holy shit! After over a year of campaigning and getting people excited and trying to help make this thing a thing, we finally were able to make it a thing. And you can see the headline there of this blog article and the first little mini paragraph. And I just hope you can understand why this has had a negative impact on the way I feel about this set. And more importantly, the way I feel about the LEGO group as a whole, because when I brought this up to them, I was just told that they dropped the ball. I don't need anyone to feel bad for me, but just understand why I am in a unique position here to not like LEGO for this at all. But the set wouldn't come out for another 4 months, and it was a long wait. In today's video, we're going to talk about the set now 1 year later. Does it still hold up to as good as we thought it was? Are there some underlying issues with the set that maybe we missed the first time around? Should you continue to buy more in 2021? And when will the set retire? I've had that question a lot, and I think that's worth looking into as well. In the span of a year, the set hasn't changed. It still has 285 pieces, and it still has the same 4 clone troopers, along with 2 regular battle droids. The clone troopers are highlighted, perhaps, by the 501st Jet Trooper, inspired by Season 7 of the Clone Wars, and also seen in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And you still have the 2 larger builds, with a Bark Speeder and an ATRT. There was a lot of scrutiny on these for not being quite minifigure scale, which LEGO has never strived to be, so I don't really understand that scrutiny because most sets you buy aren't minifigure scale. Many, including myself, thought this may be the first of its kind, the Mega Battle Pack. $30, 6 minifigures, although 2 battle droids are 2 pretty skimpy minifigures at that, but 6 minifigures nonetheless, and that this could perhaps be brought into future years of LEGO Star Wars with other iterations from other factions or different movies for battle packs, or versus battle packs, if you will, and that hasn't happened, and it doesn't look like it's going to, quite surprisingly. I really thought this may be the future of LEGO Star Wars battle packs, but the future of LEGO Star Wars battle packs seems to very well be that there won't be any. Shocking. After releasing the most popular battle pack ever, LEGO has dropped the line completely. Now, just because it's perhaps the most popular LEGO Star Wars set ever doesn't quite necessarily mean it's going to be the best LEGO Star Wars set ever. You see, this set has some fundamental flaws with the way it came about. After asking for the set for over a year, LEGO finally caved in to the demands of the fans, and many fans feel that LEGO doesn't listen to them properly, myself included, and what LEGO brought us wasn't necessarily what we asked for, and anyone saying that this was what we asked for would be lying. You see, every battle pack release since their inception in 2007 retailed for between $10 and $15 and was released in a box this size. 2007 on the left, and 2020's most recent battle pack, the Sith Troopers battle pack, retailing for $15, the price difference just being some inflation adjustment and just slight price increases that happened over the years with LEGO battle packs, but the concept remained the same, except for this one. Yeah, this one cost $20. Why did it cost $20? Because it was a special 20th anniversary edition with an extra minifigure and an extra stand, so the price made sense. However, it appears when LEGO heard the demand for a 501st battle pack, they decided they could make way more money than they were before and take advantage of their fans. And so they did. They doubled the price of a battle pack, and knowing that the main reason fans wanted this was for clone troopers, they still only included for Clone Troopers, which is what you could get previously for only half the price, but they doubled the price. And trust me, it didn't cost them an extra $15 to throw in an extra vehicle and a couple of battle droids. They made hand over fist using this method, and it's great capitalism. Wonderful. And this is like Activision level stuff the more I think about it. Rant aside, like I said, the set was essentially the most popular LEGO Star Wars set they had ever released. The hype was unreal, the set was impossible to find, and some people are still finding it for the first time, and the month is now April 2020. I'm not kidding. Some people have not been able to find the set, although it is pretty readily available online at this point. If you can't find one, it's kind of your fault. While the set is a great cheap way to build your clone army, especially with 501st Troopers, I wouldn't pay full price for this set at this point in time. We're partway into the year 2021. You can commonly find this set for $24, and I wouldn't pay a penny more than that. I don't see why you would. If you can find it on sale or just be patient to buy them in bulk when they're on sale, you can save a good bit of money just buying them for 20% below retail, if not better, depending on the store you're buying it at. Of course, these will eventually go on clearance, and maybe you can rake in some great deals when that happens, but that is definitely hit or miss and no guarantee, unlike these 20% off sales, which seem to happen all the time. While I'm building the set, let's talk about a couple of things that I think are missing from the set. It obviously has the 501st Jetpack Trooper, and that's great. It's a great inclusion for a figure, but I think it's missing a little thing to fling the Jetpack Trooper. Back in 2009, when that same jetpack piece was first introduced on the Clone Wars Clone Troopers, we saw it in the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid set, and it had a little brick-built contraption, maybe like 7 or 8 pieces, that allowed you to essentially make your Clone Trooper go flying towards the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, and it's just not in this set. I think it would have been a nice inclusion, obviously not something you have to have, but to get some added playability, it could have gone over pretty well, I think. And then I also think a more important inclusion would have been a STAP. For the battle droids to have something sizable to go up against an ATRT and a BARC speeder. Otherwise, it's just 2 battle droids, and it literally is just 2 battle droids versus an ATRT and a BARC speeder and 4 clone troopers, and it just isn't much of a fair fight. And obviously, it's not supposed to be a fair fight, and you kind of have another set in the AAT that you can go out and get, but a STAP still would have been a really great thing to put in this set if you're already going out of your way to put 2 battle droids in. It's only another 20 or so pieces, and it would have gone really nicely. Those are the 2 things I would have added to this set if the set had to stay $30 like it is, although in my ideal world, you get rid of one of the vehicles, you get rid of the 2 battle droids, and you make it the $15 battle pack we all originally asked for. Now, for the finished build of the 501st battle pack, it does still present a lot of value for $30. You have a relatively large BARC speeder and a pretty big ATRT, although the ATRT is smaller than its 2 predecessors from 2013 and 2019. The ATRT still has some pretty smart design quirks, such as the handlebar built into the design for the clone trooper, and the antennas at the back that, if you accidentally hit them, won't completely fall off. They'll just bend backwards and you can place them back up. It also does have a pretty ugly stud shooter on the front of it. That's probably the biggest complaint from most people, and it's ugly, but it does work well for a play feature. It's just unfortunately ugly. The legs are posable, of course, and everything, so overall a pretty good ATRT. The BARC speeder is very large as well, but it does look dang good with the light gray and the blue colors, and of course you can sit the clone trooper in the seat and have him hold on to the handlebars, which is great. There's also a couple of stud shooters on this located at the front end. And the figures are staying beautiful. They still hold up a year later, which is unsurprising. LEGO usually doesn't age that fast. I don't think these will ever look particularly bad either, though. They are really good. The Jet Trooper looks great. Really good that we have the one-off unique figure, but is still amassable for an army. Way better than getting like a Captain Rex in the set, because then you'd end up with 1,000 Captain Rexes. It would completely devalue Captain Rex and it would be stupid, but this works. Then we get the 3 501st Troopers, which fill out the clone trooper side of things really nicely. The 2 battle droids I think are disappointing for most people. Battle droids are pretty easy to come by and cheap to begin with. They're cheap for LEGO to produce, and they just feel like a cheap addition to the set. A super battle droid or 2 would have gone much better alongside or as an addition to these, in my opinion. Now, I've had quite a few people ask me how many they should buy, and there's not a clear answer for that. That's going to vary person to person. I've personally bought over 100 of the set and plan to continue buying many, many more, despite my disdain for LEGO's decision to make this a $30 set. For you, that number may be 1 set. For you, that number may be very well 0 sets. It could be 10 sets. Whatever fulfills your dream of having a 501st army and is within your means monetarily, is going to be good for you. And like I said earlier in the video, buy them on sale. Don't pay full price. You definitely do not have to pay full price for these. Maybe you live in a country where things don't go on sale, but for most people, you're going to be able to get these under retail price, and I would stay away from paying anything over $24 US for a battle pack. Now, a lot of people also really want to know when the 501st battle pack is going to retire, and there is not a clear answer on this. However, there is a pretty concrete list going around that basically says these things are going to retire at the end of July 2021, and these things are going to retire at the very end of 2021. And it's worth noting that retirement date is not an exact day on the calendar. It's usually a soft retirement. In some sets, you'll see it last a little bit later on your local shelves or a little bit later in stores than others. However, the 501st Battle Pack is not on either of these lists for July or to retire at the end of the year. So the 501st Battle Pack will very likely be available at least until summer of 2022, which gives it a full-fledged 2-year lifespan, which feels proper for a set that is probably the most popular thing they've ever released. So don't worry about the set retiring this year. It's not happening. However, I would caution against waiting until the last minute to buy something like this because it's going to disappear fast. This is not going to be something you're going to get lucky and find 2 months after it's retired on the shelf on clearance. When these things go on clearance, they're going to fly off the shelf and disappear. But you do have some time. I don't want to instill fear into you. You've got over a year until the set retires very likely, so don't worry too much about it retiring from out under you and you're not getting the chance to buy it. So here we are 1 year later after the reveal of something that myself and so many others worked so hard to get to happen, and I just gotta say I'm proud of it. I genuinely am proud that it exists. Every time I see it in the store, I'm genuinely happy to see it there. It's just something that shows that we did a thing, and I find that to be really, really cool, and it's something I'll take with me for the rest of my life. Me personally, it does unfortunately carry a lot of baggage, and I hate that that's a thing, but it is a thing for me. But for everyone else that's able to enjoy this set as purely as I did the day it got revealed, please enjoy the set. It's so cool if you just ignore the noise and enjoy it. A lot of people want to know what the next move is. What am I going to campaign for next? Honestly, I don't plan on campaigning for anything anytime soon. I feel like I got burned by LEGO on this one, and while my intentions were certainly pure when this came about, I have sullied on the idea of doing anything like this in the future for the gain of LEGO. To make tons of money and take advantage of their fans like this really leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and I hope that's understandable. But this thing's great, and like I said, don't let my unfortunate negative view take that away from it. It's still worth buying in 2021 on sale. Against my better judgment, I'm probably going to buy 200 or 300 more of them. I want to have a lot of 501st Clone Troopers. I won't have the most 501st Clone Troopers, though, because Bruce Swift over in Hong Kong decided he was going to buy 1,000 of them, so that's cool. But yeah, no, Bruce is great. He's got way more than I ever will. So if you want to know if I'm going to have the biggest 501st army, the answer is hell no, not happening. But that's it. It's been 1 year since this set got revealed. I thought it'd be cool to do some sort of anniversary video for this. Thank you if you helped make this a thing, because it's something really, really cool for the MandRproductions community that helped make this happen. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here for more 501st Battle Pack Army videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.